You're at Walmart. Beat you grab the same box of cereal you always grab. Same brand, same size, same shelf. $6.49. It was 4 something a couple years ago. You know that. Your wallet knows that.
But here's what's wild. The government says inflation is basically under control now. The news said so. The White House said so. The Fed said so. So why does every single grocery run still feel like you're getting robbed in slow motion?
Because here's the truth nobody's putting in the headline. Prices coming down and prices rising slower are two completely different things. And right now, a second wave is building, quietly. And it started somewhere most Americans aren't looking. Stay with me because in the next 5 minutes, I'm going to show you the exact chain of events, starting from a war you forgot about, ending at your kitchen table. And the last part of this video? Most people have never heard it explained this way before.
First, let me explain how prices actually work, because most of us were never taught this.
Think of the economy like a garden hose. When you kink the hose somewhere in the middle, the water doesn't stop immediately. It slows down. Then it backs up. And by the time you feel it at the other end, you're already thirsty.
That's exactly what's happening to prices in America right now. There are 3 or 4 kinks forming in that hose at the same time. Tariffs, shipping costs, energy prices, trade fights, and they're all connected. You just feel them 6 to 12 months later at the register. Let me show you how.
And trust me, once you see how Step 3 works, you'll never look at a price tag the same way again.
I have divided it into steps, and here it goes. Step 1. A war nobody's talking about anymore makes your gas more expensive. When there's a conflict overseas, Ukraine, the Middle East, doesn't matter where, oil and gas don't flow the same way. Shipping gets risky. Insurance on cargo ships goes through the roof, and energy touches literally everything. Your food was grown with fuel. It was processed with fuel. It was driven to your store in a truck that runs on fuel. Raise the cost of energy, and you've quietly raised the cost of almost everything you buy.
Step 2. Tariffs sound like a government thing. They're not. They're your problem.
Right now, the US has tariffs, basically import taxes, on goods coming from China, from Europe, from Mexico. Companies have to pay more to bring stuff in. You think those companies eat that cost? They don't. They put it on the price tag. A tariff is just a tax that travels to you in disguise.
Step 3. Shipping is still broken, and it's getting worse again.
When ships have to take longer routes to avoid conflict zones, a container that used to cost around $2,000 to ship ends up costing closer to $6,000 or $8,000. That extra cost hides inside the price of your TV, your sneakers, your kids' toys. You never see it, you just feel it.
Step 4, and this one's almost funny if it weren't so aggravating. Companies raise prices just because they think prices are going up.
They don't wait to see what happens. They get scared. They build in a buffer. They call it a hedge. You call it your grocery bill.
Now here's where it gets really uncomfortable. Because the thing the government is doing to fix all of this, it might actually be making your life harder. And I'll show you exactly how in just a second.
Here's what the official inflation charts actually show. Overall inflation is lower than it was in 2022. That's real. That's true. But look at what's inside those numbers. Used cars got cheaper. Plane tickets dipped for a bit. Some electronics got cheaper. Great. But rent? Still up. Groceries? Still up. Car insurance? Up over 20% in some states. Healthcare costs? Going up. Utilities? Going up. The stuff that went down is the stuff you buy sometimes. The stuff that went up is the stuff you need every single month to survive.
So when someone on TV holds up a graph and says, inflation is under control, they're reading the average. You're not living in an average. You're living in your life.
But here's what I really want you to think about, because this last part is bigger
than just your wallet. This is about something that's being quietly decided right now that will affect prices in America for the next 20 years. Don't skip this part.
Now I want you to step way back. Look at the bigger picture. For 30 years, America got really cheap stuff because of globalization. Companies could make things wherever labor was cheapest, China, Vietnam, Mexico, and ship it here for almost nothing. Walmart got big. Dollar stores got big. Everything got cheap. And wages didn't have to keep up because prices weren't rising. That era is ending. America is now trying to bring manufacturing back home. Sounds good, right? More jobs, more control, more security. And maybe it is. But making things in America costs more than making them in China. And that cost doesn't disappear. It shows up in the price. Every factory that moves back to Ohio, every supply chain that gets reshored, it comes with a price tag. And right now, you're paying it without anyone telling you that's what's happening.
Which brings me to the one question I want to leave you with. Because once you hear it, you're going to start seeing it everywhere.
The closing question.
So what do you do with all of this? You can budget smarter. You can track where your money actually goes. You can stop being shocked every time the price goes up, because now you understand why. But the real question, the one I want you to carry with you, is this. Who is benefiting from prices staying high? Because it's not you, it's not your neighbor, it's not the small business on the corner that can barely keep the lights on.
Follow that question. Look at corporate profit margins during the so-called inflation crisis. Look at who does well when interest rates go up. Look at who makes the decisions and who never has to feel the consequences of those decisions at the grocery store. That cereal isn't $6 because the world got more expensive. It's $6 because a long chain of decisions, most of them made far away from your kitchen, ended up exactly where they were always going to end up, only on your bill.
If this video made something click for you, share it with one person who's been complaining about prices. Because most people feel it. Very few people understand it. Now you do.